Hey, come on in. We're going to show you the big reveal of our sweet room.
So worried about this.
Wow!
Ta-da! Every day when you have success, there's a story there that's more valuable than the success. When you fail, there's a story there that's more valuable than the failure. It was the story you need to inspire people, to sell your next product, to do your next thing, to create your movement, to call a new segment of people into the marketplace. Whatever it is for you, like, the story is the key. And so keep your eyes open for the stories that are happening around you. Okay, we are packing to go to the Entrepreneur of the Year event. We're so excited. Hey Colette, what are you doing right now?
Hey, we're getting ready to go to some event. I don't know, some black tie event.
Oh man, you're so excited. And we're living out of the basement, so that's why everything's out here instead of in our bedroom. There you go. Earlier this year, I submitted for the Entrepreneur of the Year of our region, and I won it, which was really cool. And then basically all the regions get together and do a national tournament. And so I was all excited to go to this national thing and compete and see if we could win the National Entrepreneur of the Year award. Are you sad? Are you happy? Mom and Dad will be gone. You can play with Grandma. It'll be so fun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love you, baby. I'm always late. I don't know what it is. Always late. Dave, what's going on?
We're late to the airport. Again.
Oh, it's always my fault. This was kind of Dave's fault a little bit.
This was so my fault. I really thought, oh, no problem. We got plenty of time. My wife's like, doesn't the flight leave at 1:30? I'm like, yeah, what time is it? She goes, it's 1:15. I'm like,
oh,
okay, I better pack.
But this is the thing about flying private. They're on my schedule, I'm not on theirs. So we will show up when we want to. So Dave, how are you feeling about the competition this weekend?
I'm so nervous for Russell, you have no idea. Because there's nothing more frustrating about competing when you can't do anything. I think it's the lamest type of competition you could ever have. It's like, we're just gonna think about what you did and talked about, and whoever said it, we're gonna use their recommendation, and hopefully that's good enough.
Unless we win, then we thrash them all because we deserve it. If we lose, though, we got tons of excuses. So I thought, like, if we're gonna do this, we should make an experience out of it, right? So that way we can do an episode of Fun Rocker TV. That way, it's not just like me going somewhere on an event, because I go to a lot of events and it's just like boring. So I'm like, how to make this memorable for me and for my wife and for anyone else I want to bring. So the question I have for you guys is, Clickfunnels was to get its own jet. What would you think about that?
I was actually visualizing the gears on the fin last night.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm loving that.
If you can visualize it, it can happen.
Absolutely.
We made it. How late are we, Dave, for context?
27 minutes.
27 minutes. It's like, well, we can just fly there, or what if we like did it upright and like rented a private plane? So we rented a private plane. We are landing in Salt Lake right now to pick up some of my special guests. And I'm excited. It's my mom and my dad. So this is fun. So my mom and dad, amazing human beings. My dad's a great entrepreneur, but they've been very frugal their entire life. They always fly coach. They always do everything. And so last time we flew to Boise, and I bought them a ticket. I bought them first class, and they were like, "Well, we can't do first class." Anyway, but my mom saw a video of me in a private jet. She's like, "You can't fly private. Everyone dies private." Like, anyway, so she's convinced it's really, really bad. I messaged my dad a couple days ago and said, "Dad, this is the plan. We're picking us up in a private jet. I hope that's okay. Your job to go tell Mom and to convince her it's okay." So her first thing is she started freaking out, I guess, like thinking it was like a little puddle jumper plane. And then like, no, it's not an actual airplane. It's a jet. It's gonna be all right. Flew down, picked my parents up in Salt Lake, because my mom was certain she was gonna die on the plane. She read a book about someone who got in a plane wreck one time, so because of that, she was convinced that she was, like, certain death was the only possibility, the only possible outcome for this vacation. Oh, it was really hard to convince her to go, but she agreed finally.
We don't even fly first class, so to get on a private plane is just almost unbelievable and incredible. We're excited. This is
talk my mom into flying the airplane.
There you go.
Yeah. How was it, Mom? Did you survive?
I'm so far so good. Thank you.
My mom just started telling these guys about what Russ was like as a little kid, so let's hear the real stories.
He would get all this mail, this junk mail, and he would just put it in his bedroom on the floor. He also, once they got to high school or junior high, I can't remember, I made him do their own laundry. So he'd do his laundry, and he'd just throw that, after it was all clean, onto the floor with all this paperwork, because it couldn't be on the bed because he had to sleep in the bed. And the room just kept getting...
As a junk mail hoarder.
You would think that we would be able to be treated with the utmost respect. And unfortunately, for some reason, we have all double beds. Now, usually you would come here to celebrate, and you would want at least a king-size bed to be able to celebrate the success that you're having. So we're getting one that has a king-size bed. It's a Murphy bed, so it actually pulls down from the wall.
Hey, come on in. We're going to show you the big reveal of our sweet room. So worried. He's so excited. So worried about this.
This is hilarious. Good.
Oh, no way! I'm
Lights. What's this?
Okay, here it goes.
Wow.
Ta! So sorry.
Light show and everything.
We flew private because we want to make a nice luxurious experience, but they don't have a bed. That night we got there, they did it right. Like, they had this huge dinner with this amazing buffet, like, and it was amazing. Like, I've been to a lot of buffets. This was like 4 steps past anything I've ever been to before. This dessert bar, they literally had a donut wall. All right, this is the donut wall, infamous. And then they had chocolate covered bacon, and they had this thing, it looked like a big like ice cream bar with tons of types of ice cream flavors, but it wasn't ice cream, it was cookie dough. It was a cookie dough bar. What in the world? What kind did you guys get?
I got chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip?
Chocolate chip. You got to. Chocolate chip.
Everyone picks chocolate chip. It was insane. So they like scoop out tons of cookie dough into the thing, and oh, the desserts alone were, oh. So I just told them I feel like we're at Pleasure Island. I'm Pinocchio, and we're about to turn into donkeys any minute now after having cookie dough bar, donut bar, marshmallow bar. So actually getting sick in my stomach right now. It's so worth it. Anyway, it was amazing. And then there was the Kelly Clarkson concert. She did this huge show for us, a private event. You're sorry. You're standing at my door. Like, for example, Jennifer Gardner came and spoke. And it's funny, I tease my wife, like, I think everyone's allowed to have one celebrity crush, right? And she's totally my celebrity crush. Ever since 13 going on 30, I was like, she is the coolest ever.
I'm a little nervous about what she can get out of me, so it all has to stay in the room. Then it's gonna happen.
She was so amazing, not just from like the point that I have a crush on her, right? But like just like insanely amazing.
Give yourself room to not be a perfect parent, to not be a perfect, but when you get the chance, be perfect.
Ready for our black tie event?
We're ready.
Feeling good?
I don't know.
You're looking good. Dang! I literally forgot my name tag. That surprised you? I forgot it?
No. But you know what does surprise me?
What's that?
That we're not going to be late.
We're gonna be on time.
Russell Brunson on time.
Really close.
Unusual.
Look at this guy. Ow, ow.
Look at you that around. You actually look a ton better than I do.
I don't know. Look at that.
So pretty.
All right. So what's happening right now, you guys? What are we about to do?
I'm about ready to go on a fun little yacht. Actually, a little dinghy, but we'll call it a yacht.
You excited for this?
Yeah, I'm excited. Treasure moments that are special with your man.
most of the companies who were there had all raised money. I think there's probably, half a dozen of us who were bootstrapped entrepreneurs, and the rest were all like VC backed. And it was funny because I was talking with Dave about this ahead of time. I'm like, in the bodybuilding world, there's two competitions. There's one that's like the bodybuilding competition. Everybody comes and there's no rules, right? Like they never say like, oh yeah, go do steroids, but they don't test for it, right? And so because of that, that's when we get guys like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Lou Ferrigno and these dudes who are insane, who are just like, you look at them, you're like, that can't be human. And you're like, oh, it's because they're not human, they're on steroids, right? So there's that term. But then there's the natural bodybuilding contest where you have to not be on steroids to qualify, right? And those guys look way smaller. Like they look amazing, but like you put them like standing next to each other, it's like, well, that dude's on steroids. There's the difference, right? And I feel like the same thing here. It's like the Entrepreneur of the Year award was like all these dudes who were on steroids, who took venture cap, who got $2 billion in funding, and there's people like me who are the natural ones who showed up and like, you look at us by ourselves, look good, but you stand next to somebody who received $2 billion in funding. It's like, how do you compete with that, right? Like, it's just, it's fascinating. All right, so we just got done with the EY Entrepreneur of the Year award. Our battery's almost dead, so we didn't win, but we lost to that guy right there who started Groupon, and this is his new company, so that's okay. And then in our category, we lost to Thomas Siebold, who is Mark Benioff's old boss. So
a billionaire.
We lost to a billionaire who's given $300 million to philanthropy. I can't say that word.
Philanthropic.
So we'll take the loss, but. So I lost to the billionaire, but the billionaire was all roided out, so I don't feel too bad because, yeah. And then the usual one Entrepreneur of the Year overall of all the categories was the guy who started Groupon, which actually was really cool. Groupon was his sixth business, and then he took it public, and now this is his new business, which it was confusing, but they went from 0 to $2 billion valuation, or excuse me, $1 billion valuation in 2 years. Good morning. We are packing up and heading out of this place.
Heading out of Palm Springs.
So what was your favorite part about the week?
Oh my gosh. Actually having my wife here was the favorite part. But aside from that, actually being here with Russell was a ton of fun too.
Yes, I take number 2. I didn't win the contest, right? And it's funny because so many people reached out to me like, oh, I'm so sorry. And like, it's funny because like I didn't care. Like I wasn't going into it to do it. Like I'm always going into these things looking for the story. Like what's the story I'm gonna be able to tell because of this experience? I'm always talking about with you guys that you need to be building up your Rolodex of stories. Like when I do a webinar, the reason I can do webinars so fast and I can crank them out, I can sell well, is because I've got this huge Rolodex of stories I've been building up for over a decade. I can pull out really quick at a moment's notice, right? And so I'm like, what are the stories that I can pull out of this experience that I can use in other things, right? Like when I spoke at the 10X event and I did the $3.2 million in sales, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, you made $3.2 million in sales. I'm like, yeah, that was cool, but I've got a story now, and that story will make me 10 times that 3.2 million. To be able to tell a story about how I'm the highest paid public speaker in the world, how I netted $1 million an hour, how all those things, I will sell way more product from that than I ever did from the money that I made at the event, right? I'm looking for the story. So for me, it's like this whole thing happened. I didn't win it, but like for me, the story is this whole thing I just kind of shared with you guys today, this natural versus unnatural. And I promise you, we are going to be building a Bootstrapped Entrepreneur of the Year award and a thing, and it's going to be a movement and a big thing based on this story, right? The fact that I lost, like I'm so grateful that I lost because now I have this story about, hey, I lost, but I was going up against people who were on steroids. And so it's like bringing a gun to a knife fight. Like, let's come back and let's build the natural bodybuilding contest for entrepreneurs. Like, now I have a story I can share and a reason and a purpose and a thing that's going to call to all of my people, right? It's going to call out to the bootstrapped entrepreneurs, the people I love serving are going to hear that message and be like, yes, that's who I am. That's how, and they're going to hear my voice and they'll come to me, right? And so that's the magic, is like in the experience, I'm looking for the story. Again, I respect the people who took on money, who built these companies. Some of them are curing cancer, some of them are doing artificial intelligence, like amazing things. I'm grateful for them. But I want to celebrate entrepreneurs who didn't do it that way. Entrepreneurs who were bootstrapped, who had to figure this stuff out on their own, who had to risk their own money, their own energy, their own time, like having it all in line, because those are the stories that are really inspiring to me. If so, we're calling our shot. We're gonna have the Bootstrapped Entrepreneur of the Year award.
Call the shot.
It's gonna be amazing. So That said, we're gonna go inside, get warm because Dave is freezing over here.
Wear a
Amazing
coat
trip.
when you land in Boise. It's 26 degrees out.
See you guys next episode.